What's up guys, it's Michael here. In this video, we're gonna look at the ups and downs and changes of jobs during the month of September of 2022. So before I continue on the video, please click the like button down below and the subscribe button. Also, make sure to click the YouTube notification bell down below so YouTube will notify you when I upload a new video. So what is interesting, I have made videos similar to this in the past, looking at what is currently the market doing and how is inflation affecting and how is interest rates going, which is giving a hint on what the job sector is doing. So what is interesting now is the report was actually been released by the US Department of Bureau and Labor Statistics, which was released around October 7th, 2022. So during the making this video and uploading this video, it was only about 5 days ago. So it's interesting to see how the market is going, because a lot of people thought before, as I made a video before, how during the labor shortage that a lot of people were hiring. It was a great time to find a job and striking a deal. And now the trend is starting to change once again. But how is it changing? Because there's a bunch of other sectors and other sectors have different requirements. So first, let's look at the first sector, which has the most, going from top to bottom. The first one, during the previous month in America, so the first category goes to leisure and hospitality. So basically anything fun, entertainment. So during that 1 month of September of this year, so basically previous months, there was a net gain of 83,000 jobs. So 83K jobs was opened up and people went in and took the position, which is great news for that category. Second category going down is healthcare and social assistance. So meaning is a lot of people in healthcare itself needed a lot of help. Social assistance, basically helping for the elderly. So maybe this could even include like volunteer work for hospitals or blood donation work, blood donation drives. The list goes on. But anything that relate to healthcare and work in hospitals, that has increased 75.4K. So 7,400 people got offerings for this job in this category, which is a big plus also. Going down the list, we're looking at professional plus business activities. So a lot of professional work and business activities, for example, the tech sector and other high-end professional jobs mainly decrease over the years, almost in every category from 2020 to 2021. Those only in a time that decreased drastically, and only some of them survived, some of them did it. But within this month of September, 46,000 jobs were offered and they were taken, which is a lot for the sector. So the sector is starting to bounce back again and starting to grow once again. A good example is during making this video, NVIDIA is releasing new 40 series GPU graphics card, and Intel and AMD are making new processors and new video card release. That is part of technology and tech category, which requires professionals. Going down a list, this one is pretty interesting. We usually expect that American in manufacturing is usually decreasing, but in this month, manufacturing in America has increased by 22,000 jobs. So 22,000 people have taken these positions. Meaning, in this labor statistics, people have taken these positions. Basically, jobs were open for listing, and people went in and took it. That's actually great news for manufacturing, because thanks to labor shortage and also supply chain crunch, right now is a good time to rebuild manufacturing and become the dominant player in the market. Going down a list, construction. So during 2020 and 2021, when the economy shut down, labor and lumber materials, so labor went up, and materials such as lumber, drywall, every single type of material, copper piping, PEX piping, everything shot up in price. But now when you see that jobs are going up, which they added 19,000 jobs, 19K jobs went into construction, you look like the construction industry is now picking back up, which is needed because California has a housing shortage and different places need different type of materials for manufacturing. So that's a good news, good sign. Going down the list, this one is pretty interesting. Information. So information category, for example, the video you're watching right now, which is you should click the subscribe button down below. So this went up by 13,000, openings and jobs have been taken. That is really good news too. Information category is now kicking in. That means more and more people are searching up and looking for products and services that relate to categorized as information. And now 13,000 jobs has been taken. That means this sector is looking pretty well. Going down the last one. This one is pretty interesting. Because usually when America looks for resources, it looks to usually source from outwards. And usually how it works is they buy from out of the country, so America can keep their own resources, and then mine the resources at home last. Basically saving something that's limited and using it for last. That's mainly how I see their strategy. But it's interesting that mining plus logging is up 3,000 positions. 3,000 jobs has been taken for mining and logging. That means there's a surplus in demand. The demand is so high that America decided to release out contracts, and other states and other federal lands release out contracts. For example, mining lithium. Logging is becoming really popular once again because of the supply chain crunch. Now people are deciding to take positions and go mine those materials and minerals, which is great news. Now, breaking down the list, the last four, these are actually losing jobs. That means people were working there before, or they had openings. So either people left, or they had openings and they never got hired. So going down the list, this one, mainly a lot of people for this one should understand retail trade. Meaning is working in retail stores or working in shops and shopping centers, working in small convenience stores. Those have went down around 1.1k job loss during the month of September. So basically 2 weeks ago. Then going down the list is transportation, warehousing. This one can explain supply chain crunch and increasing in storage. So for example, when you buy goods on Amazon, your Amazon goods has to go to a warehouse. When it goes to a warehouse, it needs to be stored somewhere until someone purchased that product. So when someone purchased a product, you need someone physically there to move that product. So that relates to transportation and warehousing. This also includes basically people carrying goods from point A to point B. Like for example, you heard about the shortages around truck drivers. Truck drivers right now have it really hard, and a lot of people don't want to do it. So a lot of people are quitting. So within this month, they lost around 7.9k people. 7,900 people on average have left their jobs, or the positions been open for someone to take it, and no one took it. Going down the list, this one's pretty interesting too. Financial activities. For example, those big firms, in which you see in most places of downtown cities, and also smaller institutions are now losing job opportunities. They basically open up opportunities and no one want to take it. So are the people working, they find out that this is not really worth their time and they're leaving. And during this month, financial activities went down by 8,000 positions. 8,000 people either didn't take their jobs, they didn't want it, or just left, or they opened a position and no one want to take it. So this is actually a downturn for this category. And the last category, this one, as usual, is the biggest one because finally, personally, I see it really interesting how there's a major change, a major shift in how jobs work. So the last one is government workers, government jobs. So government itself requires for society to function, but at the same time is the way they leverage their money and materials is usually really done really poorly. In this case, this chart proves that show that information is showing that they did hire way too much people. They're spending a lot of money on places that doesn't need to be spent with little to no beneficial return. So government jobs, out of the whole entire category, which is the last category in this list, is actually they lost 25,000 jobs. Basically 25,000 government employees either got laid off or fired. I'll say most likely both, because when you get a government job, you get a crazy amount of benefits, and or they open up new positions for government jobs and no one want to take it because someone found someone other place better. So within all these categories, it looks like everything is picking up again, except for really few niche categories. For example, retail and trade is still down. Transportation and storage warehouses are still down. And financial activities and government work is still down. But everything else looks like it's seeming and coming return back to normal, starting to go up again. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys like it. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also click on the bell notification icon down below so YouTube notify you when I upload a new video.